you could work your deals where you have the advantage is in your way. Do the damn thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, getting pimped, that's played out. If you didn't have that information back in the days, cool. But today, right now, with the internet, your phone could tell you exactly what's going on. Boy, you tripping if you're getting pimped right now.
Yeah, I agree. But
Getting pimped.
some people just don't, like I said, not everybody is meant to be a business person, right? You just gonna have to have employees, right? There's it is what it is. You have to have employees. You're gonna have entrepreneurs, and then you're gonna have business-minded people. So
Yeah, but just think about it, Lan. Think about it. Every company right now, some CEOs ain't the smartest person in that building. They hired, guess what? They had a mind to start a business. They hire the people that can get the job done. That's it. You get what I'm saying?
That's why I said there's three. You have entrepreneurs, you have business people, and then you have employees. Three different things. So you don't have to know something. You just need to know the right people that's gonna put you that understands your vision, execute, and that you can do your part, because you still can't, as a business-minded person, you still can't be hands off, right? You still have to be there watching what they're doing with your money, right? What they're doing with your vision. And so you say, okay, I could be more hands off. And then you have entrepreneurs that's going to go out there because they're smart. They know how to do the business, and they go and do it all by themselves, but they don't have the partnerships to grow into like a company like an Apple or a Tesla or something like that. You know, it's just like your mom and pop stores and whatnot. And then you have employees, because you got some people that's just comfortable, right? Then you have some people that's crippled with fear, right? They don't believe in themselves enough, right? And then you also have people that they just don't have it in them. They're just tired. They don't want to go that route. They just want the easy life. They want to get paid, boom, and they want to go home. They want to get paid and they want to go home. So not everybody is meant to have that hustle and bustle. So
I agree.
So you said that to say
that if I'm not gonna call somebody dumb for them not wanting to go down that route, because not everybody is meant to go down that route, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
If I want to be a bitch, I'm just saying,
go hustle. You feel me?
But the three of us on this call is different, right? It was always in me to hustle. It was always in you to hustle. It was always in you, Jeff, to hustle, right? You know what I'm saying? So I could understand. But then there's days too when I be just like, damn, I'm tired of hustling, man. Shit, I just want to be an employee. Yeah, I just want to be an employee. I just feel like you should be able to just go to work, get your check, go home, live a life, and be all good, right? Because we also know, Jeff, you know, being an entrepreneur, it ain't always glitz and glamour, right? It ain't all shiny. There's days when, hey, you can't get nobody to show up to your live, or you can't get nobody to want to read a book about the stocks, or you can't get nobody to want to believe in your company that it's going to be the next, you know, the money team. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And by the time some people get to the end, then they late 40s and 50s and they tired. So I get some people not knowing it, but I do say at least give it a try. But fear is a serious thing. And you know, Jeff, what I always said, that'll stop you in your tracks every single time if you don't feel like you're good enough, if you don't have some people that's going to support you, if you don't have discipline, right?
Yeah. And we all know, and great, listen, first of all, great point, great, everything. I can't argue with none of you saying, and I like that you brought that fact out. But, and some people, we all know, what I'm saying is we all know entrepreneurs. We all know employees. And again, I know some employees, man, and when I try to bring them up to like, hey, have your own business, scale up, do this, do that, it's the comfortability and the stability that they are trapped inside of, man. And you know, I can't talk for everybody. Maybe it is ultimately fear. It is ultimately fear that they don't want to go that extra step. Maybe it's because, you know, I guess it is. I guess it is fear. You know,
I said it's a little bit of both. It's just you comfortable, right? That's a paycheck that you ain't got to go put in no hard work. Whether you the hardest worker or you the slacker, you still gonna get paid, right? You still gonna get the same amount of money, right? So it doesn't matter. But also what I do, some people are, not everybody is meant to be business owners, right? And then you have to look at it, you say, okay, well, the model worked. Whatever the model was, if it was to keep you at this desk for 30 years, then the model that I had as a business owner worked. If you worked for my company for 30 years, then I'm a good CEO, because I made you feel like going nowhere else was worth it.
What you drinking on, Prince, man?
To go nowhere.
Now, Ja.
No, she for real. No, she for you a trip, man. Pretty good trip. Hey, I should never ask you that. No, but that's so serious, land. And I heard you had a conversation about that. You know, that's so serious. But again, you know, there are some employees that part-time hustle anyway. So we're not just, employees is wrong. No. And listen, if you're an employee, we're not knocking you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, because some employees got it made in the shade. I can't hold on. Some of them got it made in the shade.
And I want to say, hey, and when I say not right now with all the information available on the internet, what I mean is getting pimped. Okay, so what I mean by that is there's no way you should be getting pimped. If you feel like your time is worth $15 an hour, do your thing. If you feel like it's worth $20, $30 an hour, $100, do your thing. What I'm saying is now today in making deals, there are too much information available for you to be able to make the proper deal for yourself. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. There's enough information available. You understand? That's what I'm saying.
But that's why I say them promoters too, right? It's in their best interest to make sure that you're dumb as possible. So I'm going to do my job to make sure that whatever deal sounds as sweet as possible. I'm going to tell you, why go anywhere else? You're not going to find a better deal. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of that. Don't worry about this. I'll take care of that. So that's why I say it's up to you. And if you don't have that already hustle mentality, you're going to fall for that every single time because you don't want to put in the work. You don't want to put in the time. You don't want to get out of the employee mindset because at the end of the day, they still an employee, right? You got to show up to the fight. You got to put in your time, punch your clock, in and out, and then you get a check. So they still an employee at the end of the day. So that's why I said for some people, it just doesn't click for them to want to do that. And then for others, like Floyd Mayweather, he like, yo, I don't care. I know I can get this money. I know I can go out there. I know what I'm worth. A lot of people don't know
and I agree.
What they're worth. And that's
just
the
like
hard part right there.
It's just people just gotta like Floyd Mayweather figured it out. He had a manager or promoter before, and he probably realized like what buddy doing that I can't do? I am the prize. You get what I'm saying? If I don't show up to that fight, there ain't no fight. No matter what that promoter does.
So
you get what I'm saying? So
his cockiness was a plus for him because he was so arrogant in what he was able to bring, and he was very cocky about his skills and what he brought to the boxing arena. He was like, nah, I'm going to bet on me, and I'm going to bet on me anytime because I know people coming out here to see Floyd Mayweather. They're not coming out here to see the promoter. They're not coming out here to see, what's his name, Don King? Yeah, that's the one that be doing the They ain't coming out there to see Don King or anybody else. They coming out here to see me. But like I said, he had a business mindset. His mindset was always, I'm a hustler.
Land,
talk to me.
Let me bring something potent to your attention, everybody's attention too, right? And that's what I was saying about the champ for MMA. So the champ for MMA, he quit or retired, you know, and he was a champ. But what he did, he quit and retired because it was not a lot of benefits for him as far as health and as far as him getting more money. They put him in a box. They was pimping him. So he said, I'm good. And listen, he had a chance to fight the I'm not going to say so-called, but the arguably the best in the world, which is Jon Jones. But he turned down the Jon Jones fight. He's just turned down the MMA contract. You know what I'm saying?
Contract, yeah.
And some people like, man, you should have fought to see who was the best in the world. You could have beat him. You could have been in history and all that. But he felt like, listen, I'm risking my life. That's what he's saying. I'm risking my life every day in that octagon, and I'm not getting paid for it, nor do I have the benefits. Now, if I was getting one or the other, let's say I was getting benefits, health benefits, and doing what I wanted to do, but getting lowballed off the money, maybe I'd stay. But I'm not getting none of them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all foot on my neck. I'm gone. So
he had some requests too. You know, he gave them some requests. If I could pull a list out, he told them this is what I would need for me to go ahead, and not only do I need that, I believe that everybody in the league should have that.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? This is what the man is requesting. So he was advocating not only for himself, but he was advocating for everybody. Like, hey, everybody, we getting pimped over here. This is what we need. Because at the end of the day, because I fight this dude and he fight me, y'all about to make millions off me. And after we get hurt, I ain't got no health benefits. Y'all crazy.
Yeah. And I keep so then you go like you're gonna have an opportunity. So then you're gonna have a situation like that where an employee gets fed up.
Yep.
Say, okay, you know what? I no longer want to be an employee. I was tricked for too long, and now I want to be the boss.
That's it.
When you have somebody that's been on the job for 20, 30 years and say, man, the hell with this. I'm tired of being y'all puppet. I'm out here to go get my own because I know what I'm worth now. So sometimes you have employees that's going to work, that's going to wake up. So it may take 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it takes. I know it didn't take me that long. I realized, okay, yeah, they're being this employee and this ain't it. This is ghetto. This ain't. I got to find a way. And however I got to find that way, I got to find a way because going to work for somebody every single day just ain't it.
You got to have many streams of income. Lock it in. Everybody, man, if you're on here, do not have one stream of income. And if you're working for somebody, hey, man, you got to be on alert because one day they might wake up and be like, hey, man, it was a pleasure having you, buddy. And good luck with everything. We're going to part ways. Boy, that is a shitty feeling.
Yeah.
And
funny you mentioned that too, man. That just so happens. So, and it doesn't necessarily have to be anything with you, that's your performance or anything.
Right.
Maybe the board of directors changed. Maybe the CEOs changed.
That happened to you, Lan, ain't it? Something?
Yeah. Oh well, she spent 30 years. I hope she had a backup plan. Something.
You talking about it happened? Trust me, it happened to the best of them. Even when you top notch doing your thing, man. One day, man, them people just, hey, man, it's your time to go. You just got to part ways with you. That's what it is. And you just got to be able to have more than one stream of income to keep yourself afloat, boy, because you will drown if that was your only source of income. Yeah. You'll drown.
You out of there.
Especially now.
You out of there. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's live for real though. Nonsense, Sparkle Status. We see you, man. That life photography. Hey, Prince. You know that life photography. You know that.
Hold on, I gotta go. Look, I gotta go on his page and go check that out, man.
You're a trip. Hey, but anyway, good. I want to shout out everybody on this live, man. Y'all some champs. We doing this for y'all. But listen, what I don't like? You know what I don't like? I don't like. He said, "What I don't like." Okay, from the employee's point of view, we know that they work 3 times as hard. But what I don't like is that they don't know they're in a pyramid scheme. Like you can see a real life pyramid scheme, be like, I don't like pyramid schemes, but you in the pyramid scheme, you working to get the supervisor money, and the supervisor working to get the manager money, the manager working hard to get the owner money, I mean the CEO money, and the CEO working hard to allow the owner to get money. So everybody working to get eventually the owner the most amount of money, but the employees working hard in this rat race, man. And they don't see that if you don't work employee, then guess what? The supervisor don't get paid, and the manager don't get paid, and the CEO don't get paid, and then eventually the owner don't get paid. The employee has to work 7 times, or what I named 5 titles, 5 times as hard just for the top-notch person to get paid. So without you, it doesn't move, but you carrying 5 people.
Yeah.
And you don't know you in a pyramid scheme. You in a pyramid scheme working the hardest. You working the hardest in that rat race. You in that rat wheel, you going the fastest. While you going like this here, the owner going like this.
Yeah.
And you going like this. And he looking down like, well, you ain't going fast enough because I ain't going fast enough. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't moving, or she ain't moving. But, that's what's going on. And, like I said, I'm not downplaying employees, but I just want everybody to see the bigger picture, right? So, like Prince say, I totally agree. Multiple streams of income. Why not be? I mean, if that works for you, and you said it best, Prince, I can't say it over, but you got to find out what deal works for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it you want to be employed to 2 companies so you can get paid, and that works for you? You cool, you fine, you get a check every week, whatever, that's cool. But don't just have that one.
Yeah. One ain't good enough, especially if you stay in Miami, baby. Bills are high, baby. Hey, you might get a roommate, baby.
I'm talking about.
Baby.
That's
anywhere.
Hey.
Yeah. But you just gotta. To me, I think it's just all about, man, getting on your. If you never had like a drive, man, like you gotta find a drive. Like with anything in this world to sell, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's nothing in this world that cannot sell. You can sell anything. And if you really put your mind to it, dog, you can really go out there and sell a product to somebody, man, because somebody's out there ready to buy. They might not be buying the product because of the product. They might buy it because of the story behind the product. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people might shop for the story behind the product, but they're not really like enjoying. They don't really like your t-shirt. They probably like the story behind the shirt. Like, what got you there? Oh, damn, you know what? Let me order about 5. Let me order about 20 of them shirts because dog been grinding. That's how the game goes. Like, people will buy the story, but necessarily might not like the product. Or vice versa. You might have great quality. They could care less about your story, but, man, I love the way your clothes look or whatever it look. They gonna buy. And that's the way the business works. And that's with everything, whether it's music, whether it's movies, man, keep putting out them skits. It may not be funny to somebody else, but guess what? Somebody else is cracking up and they in their bed dying laughing.
They talking about you.
I'm telling you. So just keep producing what you're producing. Eventually, man, when you get that break, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna be a blessing. And then you could be a full-time hustler, opposed to working for, being an employee and checking in and, using your finger to clock in or whatever you're doing, man. But at the end of the day.
And you know what? And let me get on this point. Good point, Prince. But let me get on this point too. Being that we have our own tax preparer here, I always like going that space too. And like I said, I know a couple of employees as well who, when tax time come, they always got to pay out Uncle Sam, right? But I think we learned a big lesson with Trump. With Trump, the 2 years, they got like 5 years of his tax return, right? I think it was like 2012 to 2017 or whatever like that. So the second to last one they had, the third one, I'm sorry, the third to last one he had, he paid out Uncle Sam about 6 figures, right? And so the second to last one, he paid Uncle Sam about 4 figures. It went down. And then the last one they had of him, Uncle Sam paid him millions, right? Millions of dollars, right? So with that being said, he found a way. What I'm saying is this, and the IRS ain't gonna like me. I don't care. What I'm saying is this, that the business people of this world find out ways to get paid during taxes rather than pay out. They find out ways. And the way, I'm not here being one of those people that's on social media and all that, but I'm just telling you, since we have a tax preparer here, the way to get Uncle Sam to pay you is to have a business. Now, listen, I know everybody, like we saying, now everybody want to get into business. What I'm saying is, even though you have a business, whether it's, I don't think you get a fictitious one, you just have to have a business. What I'm saying is, when you have that business, you don't have to go full throttle, because one thing IRS doesn't know is what you're doing. Let's say you have a consultant business. So you got a business on Sunbiz and it's consultant. Who you going to 5-10 miles from here to do what? Nobody knows, but you went there to consult. Boom. Whatever expense I paid, I put it on a credit on my business card, and I'm getting a write-off from that. If I went 20 miles to my homeboy house, guess what? I went to consult with him. Whatever money I take for gas, whatever, boom, I'm punching that in. Boom, that's a write-off. And all that is I'm getting money. But nobody know. You can't tell me I was a consultant. You see, so that's to kick out the fear. Or I have a business, but I don't know what to do. Bro, do anything like Prince said. Do something. I'm babysitting, watching. Listen, I'm a dog watcher. So every time I go to my homeboy house, I went to watch a dog. I'm gonna have a business under dog watcher. IRS is not watching you like that and gonna say, hey, I didn't see you watching dog nan time this year. They don't know. Only thing they want to see is that where that money going. Where that money going. And if you're associating it to a business, that's a write-off, people, and you getting money back when tax time comes. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I don't know if we posting this on Instagram.
But that is so
too though, because you also need to have a actual tax preparer or CPA or somebody that, not somebody that does it out of their home just January through April. No, somebody that does it year round. Somebody that when if you go into their office and they do not have tax books and notifications for this year and this year and last year, you know why? because you need to know okay, there's one thing about business owners and rich folks. They make the laws for them to get away with whatever crime or dirtiness that they are doing. It is known fact. It is no secret, right?
Agreed.
So at the end of the day, you need to follow the money. So if they are, let's say the tax credit, and we all know last year the tax credit was like if you had COVID and your business was affected, it was the 7202 tax credit, right? Okay, cool. Most tax preparers who do taxes January through April had no idea that. They didn't even know what people were talking about. So, so many people lost out on money who had businesses, or they were afraid, oh, I don't want the IRS to come and check for me. Why? If Trump claimed it, why not you? And then let's not even go too far with Trump, right? We don't want to talk about a billionaire, millionaire, whatever. If the person that had a $200,000 business claimed it, why not you? Right? But also, that's why I say you need to have, like, people love going on TurboTax. TurboTax is governmentally funded. They're not in the business to give you money. So you cannot go to TurboTax. But you know how they get people? Because they know people don't want to pay a tax preparer money. So they say, we're going to do it for free. But what free service have you ever gotten on any platform that has allowed you to utilize all of its features?
Not going to happen. No.
So why do you think TurboTax is going to be any different? Okay, let's take it back, right? H&R Block, right? So we know that there are certain things that tax preparers can't ask you outright. So you're going to go to H&R Block, right? That person don't have no personal experience with you or relationship with you or whatever the case may be. I had somebody, they ain't going to ask you, okay, do you have a business? No, what they going to do? Did you brought your W-2?
That's it.
All right, bet. And they just going to punch in that number and they going to do your taxes. They're not going to ask you, hey, do you have a business? Did you go on a trip for your business, or did you do this, or did you do that? Did you, for your uniforms, for your shoes, for your this, unless you're physically asking those questions. Yep. How many of us are knowledgeable about taxes? I could tell you I'm not that knowledgeable about taxes, but I can tell you that I know that I'm a researcher. I know that I got so many people within my inner circle that it may not be my lane, but I got somebody else that it is their lane. So they're going to tell me what's X, Y, and Z. So we got to stop being so cheap with everything. You going to TurboTax because it's free, or because they charge you $50, or you're going to H&R Block. It's a reason why they are promoting doing your tax returns for $50. They're going to do the most basic tax return possible.
Yeah.
Why do you think every rich person has a CPA in their back pocket? Because you know why? Before they swipe their card, they're like, yo, is this tax deductible? Bet. Oh, can I claim this on my taxes? Bet. Yo, can we do this for my taxes?
The prime example, 50 Cent talked about it. He talked about it when he went to the strip club, and he would mention how Bow Wow was picking up money off the floor. But what he was saying was Bow Wow didn't understand this was entertainment money. Right. This was a tax write-off. I have $50,000 or $100,000. I could blow this money, and it's a tax write-off for entertainment because this is a business for business purposes. And if you don't know that, you like, damn, boy, them boy blowing all that money, but this is a write-off to them boys. Them boys know this is a write-off. So, you just got to be up on game. That's all, man. Be up on game. Do your research. I ain't gonna lie. Do a lot of research. Yeah, everybody got a phone like I got one, man. Use it. Trust me.
And then not use your inner circle. You should not be the smartest person in your inner circle. Everybody should have their own lane. And that you can ask them, okay, taxes might not be my lane, but that's Jeff's lane. Okay, investments might not be Jeff's lane, but that's your lane. Or this my lane. And then therefore now we all know something. And sometimes it's hard to go out there and research, right? Our brain don't click to things the way it used to when we was 4 or 5 years old, right? We don't pick up things as easy as we used to. So utilize the people that's around you, because I'm going to talk to you the way I know how to talk to you. Man, listen, boy, that tax credit is hitting. You need to go and do your taxes, bro. That 7202, I'm gonna make it sound interesting versus you reading some long publication that's like from here to here. By the time you get to the third line, they're using words that you don't even understand. So they already know that you don't even understand this language. It's not going to click to you. You're going to be bored immediately, instantly.
I agree.
But if Jeff come in and talk to me, he like, hey, Lan, got 20,000. Oh, sure enough. What you need? What's the qualifications? I need to have a business.
What'd you say, my boy?
So that's why and that's why we got to do our job also when we know of something Just spread the word.
That's true. Yeah.
Spread the word. And whether the person take it or not, hey, it's on them. But spread the word, because they just may not know. And like I said, yes, go out and research on our own. But even when some people do go and research, if it's not their lane, if it's not a language they ever heard, they're not going to understand it anyway. Yeah. That's why people network with each other. That's why people have a circle of friends, because the way I'm going to talk to you is totally different, right? And Jeff, remember we had this conversation about Wall Street Trapper, right? Remember what I said? I said, the way he talks like the streets. Everything is okay. Listen, the other day he was talking about, I can't relate to everything. I'm not in the streets. I've never sold drugs, right? So when he's talking about something, he's like a triple beam. I'm like, okay, but I know enough.
I knew you would say that.
I know enough. I don't watch Narcos a couple of times, so I know what a triple beam is. But the way he explains it, it fits his audience. They understand it. So he made investment. So trust me, if you would have had some old white guy come and explaining the Fibonacci levels, who's really going to understand that unless you have the mental capacity and you want to learn that? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I say sometimes you got to put your own people on, because you know how to talk your people into doing something. You know how to persuade them more than if you just scrolling on Google and you asking Siri, hey, what is the latest tax credit that I can qualify for? That's why I always tell people, be in abundance of the information that you have and put your people on, always.
YouTube University, that thing so fast. You hear me? Boy,
hey,
that thing,
same.
Boy, that thing looking crazy, boy. YouTube University.
Same.
Hey,
and I don't know. I hit my people up. I do. I text my friends. I text my family. Jeff, I
I'm gonna make the phone calls, everything.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
ain't afraid. One thing about it, never be afraid to ask questions, man.
Phone a friend. What was that show? Wants to be a Millionaire? And if you want to be a millionaire, you better phone a friend. What was it? Was Lifeline.
Hey,
phone a friend.
Hey, if you don't know now, they got ChatGPT. I don't know if y'all heard about it too, man.
Yeah, they were saying that it could predict stock market crash on the whole. What was
But listen, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah, boy, that thing there is.
Listen, it's simple, right? Let me tell you if anybody doesn't know. So just go to chat, which is ChatGPT, right? And you don't have to log in or anything. You do. They're gonna say all you have to do is log in. It's free for now.
Create a basic account to add on.
Yeah, and it's so damn basic. It's too basic than basic. It's actually more basic than the basic, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, this easy. And then you ask it anything, bro. The same thing you ask Siri. So the same thing you ask Siri, and the same thing you will go and you look up YouTube. You ask it too, right? I think only thing with ChatGPT is that if you're asking for where to find something on the internet, it's not gonna be super specific, oh, it's this website. It's not gonna say, hey, it's gonna say a number of websites or how to. Right. It's not gonna be like, hey, go to Zolife University. It's not gonna, but other than that, man.
I'm gonna give you a prime example because I used it, right? So I wanted to test drive it, so I asked it, I believe I was asking it, how do you build business credit, right? So I asked the basic question of that. And it's kind of like it was telling you, get it done, start your business, get a DUNS number, start the business, get the EIN, get the DUNS, make sure this set up, make sure you go, find the trade lines. And it kept it very general.
General.
Who you finna go get your trade lines with, and who you finna do it with. But it just kept it very general to the point where you would have the basic knowledge on how to just do certain things. You get what I'm saying? So
it ain't no excuses, man. It ain't no excuses. Man.
This is what I'm saying. Come on, y'all. Today, sometimes I'll be watching videos and you'll see the questions, and I'm like, yo, the same question sometimes you're asking that person. Why you not on the internet researching that?
Because people want things handed to them. Man, they don't want to go and they don't want to go and do the work. And that's why I tell you, that's why I say not everybody is meant to be a business owner. Not everybody not meant to be an entrepreneur. First of all, we need employees, right? Because if you're a business owner, you need employees to survive. So there's some people they don't want to go the extra mile. They want everything handed to them, right? They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the sweat, the tears, the sleepless nights. the studying all night, the falling asleep and falling out of the chairs because you're so tired. They don't want to do that.
Man,
they want to say how to invest. Invest in Google tomorrow at 3 p.m. Hold it until January 28th, 2026, and you'll be a millionaire. That's what they want. They don't want to go through the ups and downs and this and that and trying to figure it out, charting and lining and this and that. How can I be the next LeBron James? They want LeBron James to come to their house physically and work them out, work for them, shoot in the gym for them.
Be shooting the free throw for them.
Yeah, they want all that, bro.
Let me take it to another twist too, right? Okay, so to this morning is reported that for this quarter, fourth quarter, which means so 3 months addition, that Target made $30.98 billion, right? So $30.98 billion in 3 months Target made, right? So I'm thinking to myself, like, people buying. Just like you said in the beginning, Prince, people buying. Bro, I seen that dress you made. People buying, bro.
People buying, man. People buying,
30.90, and that's just one department, because you have Walmart, Home Depot, all these big buildings, and just Target alone, 30.98 billion, man.
But, you know what I'm saying? But it broke it down too, though. But a lot of that was spent in essentials. So yes, people are buying, but that all broke down because I read the report. It wasn't that people were buying it wasn't like people were buying like workout gear like they were in 2020 and buying arts and crafts. So yes, and that's why I say the inflation report is miscued, and that's why I also say like so they're telling you people are spending and people are buying. Yeah, but damn, of course you're gonna make $39 billion when a carton of eggs is $9, and I got kids.
Oh, don't say that.
Of course, you're going to tell me you made $39 billion when now laundry detergent that last year was $5 is now $12. Yep, of course, I have no other choice. I have to wash clothes. So when they tell you $39 billion, you got to break that down a little bit more and say, okay, where is people spending money? Because also at the end of that report, it said that Target said, but they had a warning at the end of that report and said that consumer spending has changed. It's not people going out there buying the workout gear and the shirts and the clothes. No, they're buying only the essentials,
right?
Because that's what they can afford. And not only that, a lot of people are buying on credit because the credit card debt ceiling is through the roof right now. So people are spending money that they truly don't have.
Well, thank God that I got zero debt. And I love it, man. I love the fact that I owe no credit card. I don't owe nobody.
But man.
I'm blessed, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you something.
In the right way.
I'm not gonna. No lie at all, man. When I started reading the book,
this is during the pandemic. What you mean? Is it what do you mean? Like the credit card spending, the debt?
The Target. Well, it was 3 months. So it was from December to February.
So it wasn't during the pandemic. That was out of the pandemic.
No.
Yeah.
Now, people are
people are spending a lot of money, and all depends on, what when you really dive into the report, you'll see like where people are really spending their money. But as far as like, those the targets, because right now I remember hearing a report that there's a lot of Walmart's about to shut down. There's a lot of Targets about to shut down. There's a lot of all these stores. The Walgreens is about to shut down. Yeah. So there's I think there's about to be over, I believe, 200 of those stores from those departments, from those type of stores that's about to shut down. And they saying the recession is coming. They say the recession is coming. That was the big announcement. They say, hey, people, y'all keep thinking that there ain't going to be a recession. The recession is coming.
Yeah.
However, they may not be putting it on the news like it is to make everybody get worried or anything of that nature, but it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So if they're getting rid of 200 and some stores, there's a lot of people about to be out of jobs.
Oh, yeah. And even if they didn't say they're going to shut down the stores, they're saying they're going to lay off those employees.
Somebody said, why is it because they're not making money? No, it's not that. When interest rates are high, companies have less buying power with their money. So the first people to go is the employees. And that's how they save money because now, listen, these companies are going in investor mode right now, right? Where can I save my money? And the first people going to be gone?
Think about it. But you got to think about this, right? We are in the internet. Amazon have flipped the script on everybody. All right. So we just got to keep it real. Amazon have come and showed you that, hey, you can order today, get it tomorrow. Hey, them stores like a Walmart, like, wait a minute. Man, let's start going online, because they starting to mimic the Amazon route. You can go online and order from Walmart and pick up your groceries. They don't even have to show up to the store, or they can deliver it to you. Hey, why do I need a whole supermarket when you can just order things online? And
Prince, that's what I was saying, Prince, because I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, listen, Walmart done turned into a semi-hangout spot. They started laughing, thought I was lying. It's true. The younger generation, instead of the mall, it's now become big Walmart. Yeah. Hey, and meet me at Electronics Park at 4 o'clock. Bro, it's become a hangout spot because they seeing they can buy other places as well. So, you know, well, you totally buying from Amazon, but you're not, you come out empty. You can come out empty-handed in Walmart, just walking around looking and all that. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So you're right, Prince. They spending on Amazon now, and they changed the game,
man.
But even Amazon has cut back on employees as well, because they have also
got skateboard robots.
Right.
Yeah, they have also got hit too. Like I said, this higher interest rate, it squeezes the spending power of what these companies can do. Right. So if interest rates continue to get higher, so you want to see more and more layoffs.
So you saying inventory is lower? Inventory goes lower? That what you saying?
It depends. So during the COVID time, right? It wasn't really essentials that people were buying, right? Besides the whole toilet paper phase that people was going through, right? It was arts and crafts. It was people were trying to be home builders, Bob the Builders, and things like that.
All of that sewing machines was gone. So
exactly. Yeah. So right now, what people are spending their money on is essentials, and that's why I say when they say, oh, entertainment has gone up, it's not that entertainment has gone up because eating out is considered entertainment. It's not, because sometimes it's honestly cheaper to eat out than it is to eat at home, especially if you're a single person. So let's say you're a single person, right? They tell you that jobs have been vacancies have been filled, right? But how many people do you know got 2 jobs? So is that job vacancy really filled by more people, or is it just multiple people, one person going to get multiple jobs? So all those reports. You got to dig a little bit deeper to see what they really reporting to you, because a lot of that stuff is all fluff at the end of the day, right? So and that's why I say yes, spending is definitely going up. And don't get me wrong, yes, some people are spending, and you want to know why people are spending? Just check out the housing market. Now, so many people are living at home with mommy and daddy, right? So many people is living home, and like 6 or 7 people is living in one household. Now you got more income to spend. Why? Because you no longer have this $2,000 rent that you're paying by yourself, because a lot of people don't move back home as well. So, but when they tell you spending has gone up, right? When we really look at it, they've been told us, right? The newer generation, we will not be able to repopulate the generation. Not how back in the day, right? Because most people have 1 kid, something like that, right? Back then, you need to have at least 2 kids to replace yourself. Most people don't even have 2 kids. Hell, most people don't even have 1 kid, right? So you got a lot of single people with no kids living out here now. I'm not gonna go and spend $500 on groceries. Groceries don't even last. Nah, people aren't having more kids. You got to do the research. People aren't there. It depends on what rim you're looking in, right? So if you're looking at the rim of people that's on Section 8 and things in that nature, but I'm talking about the middle class that keeps the economy striving and going, right? They're having less kids. You got people either with none, or you have people with 1. So you have to go and look at those. You have to go and look at those numbers as well. Look at those who are making high-figure jobs that are making over $100,000. I know just in my department alone, and like I said, of course, my department doesn't speak for the world in itself, but just in my department alone, not a single person over 35 has a kid. I'm talking about, these are people that's married. I'm talking about high-figure people, right? Most of them have 1 kid. If that. Back then, you was having 12 kids. 12 kids minimum. That's what it was. That's what it was, right? Most of our parents got 5 or 6 kids.
Man, I got 4 brothers, 5 sisters, man.
Oh no,
crazy out here.
No, you don't count, Prince.
People not having as many kids anymore, but definitely spending has gone up, but that comes with also pricing being atrocious right now. I mean, things are so expensive.
And to add on to what you're saying, Lan, like people do think about, at the end of the day, like people are thinking about financially. I don't know about the people with the 4 or 5 kids that's on Section 8 or anything of that nature. But we talk about the people that's out there working, busting their butt every day. You go, man, when babies come up, you go, boy, whoo, finances. You like, whoa, it's not flying. If I got to fly, let's say if I got to go to Texas right now, I got to buy 3 tickets.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And if I add another kid, that's 4 tickets. That could
At the end of the day, I think what we're saying is that they are more calculated with bringing somebody into this world. And so it's not like, I'm not going to, I got to choose my words very wisely, but they're very calculated in bringing another human being to this world, whereas other people are not. They it wasn't on purpose, but it happened.
Yeah.
But them people with money, they be calculated because, boy, they be trying to be ready.
Yep.
For sure. Just people, like I said, we and like I'm saying, like for that middle class, just things have changed, right? The family dynamics have changed. More women are in really high powered positions as well, right? So that takes them away. And more women now too are career driven, right? They want that career before they want that family. They going out there to do whatever it takes, right? So a lot of them are in high powered leadership roles, right? They're not just doing the little secretary behind the desk jobs and filling in the librarians and stuff like that. Now you got women now that's CEOs that's leading the board and this and that. So that dynamic has changed too.
Let me ask you something though. Do you think that the women will eventually take over the number of men here? Because they say it's an attack on men, and I don't know about that terminology. I don't know about that phrase, attack on men. But I know that there are a lot of men pass away earlier than women statistically. I know that there are a lot of men in the army, so men are gone. There's a lot of men in prison, and there's a lot of men who there's a lot of men who are homosexuals. They don't really so that reproducing. If they're becoming homosexual, then that reproduction is not there anymore as well. So it's just so many men, and then there's it's just so many men taken away that man, I think the number of men and women will eventually come to equal. It'll come equal. It'll equalize each other in the near future. What do you think?
Could be. I know when I was in school, what was the studies? It was 2 to 1, right? What wasn't that what it was? I don't remember, but I know when I was in school, it was like 2 to 1
back then.
Yeah.
I don't think
now
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna equal out, man. I think it's always gonna be more women than men. I think it's just that's just what it is. I think it's always gonna be more women than men, especially with all those factors and obstacles that you just stated. I don't think it's gonna even out. If more men are dying younger than women,
right?
More men are going to jail. Well,
right.
Let's go black men,
right?
More black men are going to jail. Let's just keep it real.
Keep it real.
More black men are going to jail, right? More black men, we not worrying about our health. We're not going to the doctor every day to find out what's wrong with us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're losing them that way. So you got jail, health, and then, just the homosexual,
and
they're going that route.
They in the army too, man.
In the army. So at the end of the day, it's almost like, hey, ladies, you're gonna outnumber the men, regardless. You get what I'm saying? Either you're gonna be lonely, either some ladies are, and the reality is either some ladies are going to be lonely for real. Either you're gonna be lonely, for the remainder, you're gonna have your dog, you're happy with your cat, and dip out here and there, do your thing, you feel me? But y'all always gonna outnumber the men. That's what it is. I'm just being real. I don't think it's gonna equal out unless it's just because every day there's a kid being born right now. As we're speaking, there's a bunch of women being born right now. Bunch of men being born. Like it just it'll never equal I don't think so.
Yeah, I get it.
Unless everybody stop going to jail, and so the jails will go out of business, right? Men start really worrying about their health and really taking care of their bodies. Then things might change. But if you saying all these factors are in the way, Jeff, boy, we ain't gonna equal out that thing, boy. The women, shout out to them. You know, it is what it is, bro. You know, so
man. All right,
move. You know.
Ooh. Hey, listen, we done touched up on a lot, man. We done touched up on a lot. I mean, I love y'all, man. I love y'all.
Same here, man.
I love y'all.
Same here.
You know, I gotta holler at y'all too, man. Got some big things in the works. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just stay positive, everybody, man. Everybody on this live, we love you. You know, it's Untied Laces again. Who knows where the topic may go to? You know, but I think we were very relevant today. If you got anything today, man, breaking people off. I mean, Lance said some, man, Prince said some, I mean, Jay said some. Hey, listen, boy, y'all got to walk away.
We're going to always drop the
man, listen, man, there's always something being said. If you ain't getting nothing out of it, what do you know? There's something always being said. So once you bring your ears in, you tune in, you're going to learn something. And once again, like we always say, don't be afraid to reach out to Lan. Don't be afraid to reach out to Jeff. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. Listen, we're one inbox away. If we're not busy, trust me, you will get an answer back. Man, we all about spreading knowledge and getting everybody on point. That's all it is, man. Hey, man, look here. Let's get it. Let's continue building and uplifting each other, man.
Yep, most definitely.
Amen.
Straight up.
Hey, love y'all, man. Y'all be good. We see y'all next time again. You know the same. Hey, Untied Laces, man. We love y'all. Y'all stay positive. Y'all stay good, man. Show some love. All right. Love y'all.
All right. Later.
Later.
Peace.